This Scorpio season, October 23rd to November 21st, is a moving and shaking. Purge the past, shed a skin, turn the page, and start a brand new chapter. Memorable season of significant change, and most important, a time to stand in your truth and take back your power. In this video, I'm going to share with you the most significant aspects of Scorpio season and how you can work with them with the most ease and grace. I'm going to unpack them for you. There's complexity here, there's some nuances. So be sure and watch the introduction to this video so you get the context of your 12 sign readings, which will be part 2 of this video. In addition to letting you know in the 12 sign readings where you're going to experience in your natal astrology chart Scorpio season, I'm also going to pull an oracle card for each of the 12 signs, the beautiful Moonology cards. And I want to share a story with you from someone who is near and dear to me that beautifully illustrates how we can take back our power during this intense Scorpio energy. But before we go deeper, I want to say hello and welcome. If you're new to me, I'm really glad you found me. This is a like-minded tribe. We gather here every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, when my videos generally go live in the chat. So you're warmly welcome to join us. And hello and welcome to those of you who've been watching my videos for some time. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. You really help support my channel when you do so. And welcome to my Sunday chat, friends. I love communing with you. I love being here with you in the chat room. Thank you for joining us. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach, and it's my joy, my passion, my dedication to empower you through the astrology. In my videos and in my professional astrology consultations, I'm a collage artist. I weave together divine downloads, intuitive insights, spiritual guidance, and Western tropical astrology. So if you're intrigued, my friends, stay tuned to the end of the video when I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my astrology consultations and my coaching services so you can get a sense of whether you feel called to work with me. I also have a free gift for you. It's an instant download. I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. If you'd like to receive my weekly inspirational updates, the astrology of the week, direct to your inbox, be the first to receive those before they go out on social media. Go to my website, subscribe for free, and you'll get that free gift instant download at the same time. There's a quote that I've never forgotten that has stayed with me all of the years, and I believe it came from my Course in Miracles mentor, Robert Holden, who said, "If you knew life was going to be a roller coaster, could you enjoy the whole ride?" If you knew life was a roller coaster, and in Scorpio season, this often means emotionally, if you knew life was going to have these ups and downs, these waves, these big climbs and some downs, could you enjoy the whole ride? And to me, this is apt wisdom for Scorpio season, because Scorpio is a deep emotional water sign. It takes us down into the depths of our unconscious emotional selves. The murky waters, the things that are hidden, our first instinctual responses to often difficult life circumstances. After all, Scorpio is connected to the 8th house of transformation, the 8th house of death and rebirth. And the 8th house rules all of the things that tend to give us an emotional charge. Sharing time, money, and resources in intimate partnerships, emotional and sexual intimacy, taxes, taboos, significant investments like retirement funds or investments in stocks, often risky investments. These are areas of life that often trigger us on a deep emotional level because they involve safety and security in relationships, in partnership, safety and security with our money, with our finances, our sense of, am I anchored? Do I have pillars of support? Am I on solid ground with the people that matter most to me? Now, significantly during Scorpio season, we're also in eclipse season. Eclipse season technically began October 14th, and it technically goes to October 28th, but we feel eclipses 4 to 6 weeks before they happen, and often a couple of months after they happen. So we're in it right now. We are swimming in eclipse soup right now, my friend. Not only this, but during Scorpio season, it's not just the sun that's in Scorpio. We also have Mars in Scorpio, and Mercury will be in Scorpio for a significant period of the time as well. Another clue as to why we're often triggered emotionally in Scorpio matters is because Scorpio, the modern ruler of Scorpio, is Pluto. Pluto, death and rebirth. Pluto, the wrecking ball. Pluto, transformation. It takes us down to our knees sometimes, and then we do rise from the ashes. It is regenerating. It is life-changing energy. Pluto has one goal, and this is really important for us to remember. Pluto is not out to victimize us. Pluto does not want to ruin our lives, even though it can feel that way when we're in a hard Pluto transit. Pluto, the goal of Pluto, is to empower us. Pluto wants us to reclaim our power, to stand in our truth, to take action toward our own well-being that will fortify us, that will strengthen us. And Pluto, big picture, brings us wisdom. Pluto wants us to clear out anything unhealthy, addictions, behavior patterns, ways of thinking that are toxic to us, including relationships. And this is really important to remember during Scorpio season, is that Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn rules career. It's the 10th house of career. And that means we often experience Pluto energy in our workplace, with corporations, in hierarchies, bosses, superiors that seem to have all the power. So this is where we can experience a power play from a boss or someone else in our workplace or in our life that seems to have more authority than we have. Trust issues often come up. You can have your trust broken by a superior or someone significant in your life. People you put trust in show you that they don't have your back. Maybe they talk behind your back. Things happen behind the scenes in Pluto energy. Things happen underneath. Things get swept under the carpet. This is where office politics can come in. And synchronistically, after I prepared my presentation for this video, late last night, I had a conversation on the phone with someone who's near and dear to me who told me that they are in the middle of this right now. And he gave me permission to share his story with you. So during the Libra solar eclipse, the eclipse conjuncted his ascendant. Not only this, but Pluto made a square to his ascendant. He's feeling it at work right now. He's feeling it at work. What happened right before the Libra solar eclipse? He was having an amazing time with a very supportive boss. He's had a boss that has been very attentive to him, has talked about moving him up in the company, has really had his back, has really made him feel safe and secure and appreciated there. However, during the eclipse, his wonderful boss was lured away by another company, courted by another company, and his boss left the company. They replaced his boss with someone who is now acting very differently toward him than his previous boss did. So the replacement of his wonderful supportive boss with a boss who seems to not have his back was a shock to his system. And this is how Pluto often works. Remember, Pluto rules Scorpio. We're in Scorpio season. When Pluto is aspecting one of our planets or points in our natal astrology chart, it delivers a shock. You feel like you got the rug pulled out from underneath you. Someone betrayed your trust. Someone makes it clear with a power play often that they don't have your best interest at heart. So what did my dear friend do when he found out this was going on, when he realized where he stood with his new boss? First, he had a week of intense stress, not sleeping well, holing up in his office, doing his work and trying to figure out what to do next. He realized that this was affecting his health emotionally and physically. So he went to the doctor and got documentation that will allow him to take the sick days that he has. And in addition, he found out what his rights are in terms of medical leave should he choose to take that. He's also applying for new jobs, and he just had a second interview with an employer that he has positive feelings about. So big picture, he's taking back his power. And this is what Pluto wants us to do. It wants us to see the truth. Truths are revealed. It wants us to see, where do I actually stand in this relationship, at work, at home, personally and professionally? Is this an emotionally healthy situation? And what can I do to take care of me? What can I do to take care of me and have my own back? Now, the positive manifestation of Scorpio energy and Pluto supporting us is passion. Scorpio energy has a depth to it. It's willing to go deep down into the murky waters and discover the truth and bring it back up as a treasure and act on it positively. Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. So Mars in Scorpio gives us the power, the motivation, the drive to take action on what we need to do to increase our well-being. Because Scorpio energy is related to intimate, close partnerships. This is where we can build together. This is where we can build wealth together. This is also about building a creative enterprise for some of you. So the positive manifestation of Scorpio energy is passionate creativity. It's deep, open-hearted, honest relating with each other. It's loyalty. It's having each other's back. And it's a willingness to face our fears within ourselves and to discuss our fears even with those that we trust. And this takes courage, my friend, which Scorpio has. Scorpio has the courage to purge the darkness. This is why we say that in Scorpio energy, we rise from the ashes like the phoenix. We come out of the chrysalis and spread our butterfly wings. So during Scorpio season, we're going to be attending to our finances, our assets, our debts, our sex lives, many of us, our partnership dynamics. Because Mercury is also in Scorpio for the first 2/3 of the transit, we're going to be having important conversations, probably deep conversations, probably purging conversations. And remember, because we're between eclipses until October 28th, this is when we say the veil is thin. This means that we have more access to our deep intuitive knowing. This is when we have more access to those downloaded divine messages. This is when we can get great epiphanies, and they can be subtle. They can come in subtly, but still be intensely and dramatically awakening for us. You might have ascension symptoms during this time. You may notice a lot of teary release. You may notice that you are having moments, if you're giving yourself moments, which I highly recommend, my friend, you're giving yourself moments of quiet, of contemplation, of just being, just attending to your feelings, attending to the sensations in your body. If you're giving yourself this, you may just notice that part of you is leaving. An old self is leaving. You are releasing through tears an old aspect of yourself that you no longer need, coping mechanisms that you used when you were young that are no longer necessary because you have more evolved skills now to deal with challenging circumstances. So you could also feel tired or overly stimulated. Your nervous system could be on high. Your physical body is adjusting. We have to remember that all of our physical bodies are adjusting to the higher energies that come in during eclipse season. This is an accelerated time. Eclipses pick us up and move us and put us down in the right place. They're open portals of higher consciousness. They move us through the wormhole, as we say, into a new trajectory. And that means that our physical bodies need to assimilate, integrate these new higher energies. Okay, so let's go week by week through the significant transits of Scorpio season so I can share with you how we can best use the energies to our advantage for our empowerment. And then we'll do the 12 sign readings. So week 1, the first week, starting with October 22nd to 24th, give or take a day on either end, because we all feel these energies differently. Some of us are more sensitive. Some of us are having transits to planets or points at the same degrees, so we feel it more significantly. So these are windows of time. And we start with October 22nd to October 24th. We have 3 trines, beautiful friend, 3 trines. Trines are positive energy flow. They are the wind at your back. They feel very natural, positively natural, flowing. So the first one is Mercury in Scorpio makes a trine to Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Mercury in Scorpio is communication, either through the divine or with another person. Saturn is helping us to build a solid, sustainable foundation. In Pisces energy, this often is divine support. It's often an emotional foundation that we are securing during a trine like this. So depending on where Saturn in Pisces is transiting your natal astrology chart, this is where you're going to feel some support. And this could be wherever you feel you need more shoring up in your foundation. So for some of us, this is going to be money. For some of us, this is going to be spiritual beliefs. For some of us, this is going to be higher learning. This could be relationships. This could be career. This could be friendships. It's going to be different for everyone, but it will feel foundational to you. And I feel this energy is helping us to clarify our priorities. We're going to be getting clear on our priorities. Then after Mercury makes a trine to Saturn, we're going to get another trine from the Sun in Scorpio to Saturn retrograde in Pisces. So first it's Mercury, then it's the Sun. Both of them are stabilizing. Saturn is long-term building, long-lasting projects. The Sun in Scorpio is our life force. It's our identity. We tend to get a burst of energy during a transit like this. It could also be where we get a truth, either from the Mercury or the Sun transit, where we get a truth where we're like, now I see. I didn't see something that I needed to know. A piece of information that we didn't know before comes in that helps us to create a plan. This is really good for making a plan. It's good for forming an agreement, signing contracts, anything legal. And it's where we're going to have a sense of, okay, I know what I have to do now. I know what my work is. I know where I need to put my nose to the grindstone or focus on creating that safety and stability in my partnerships or in my finances. Now, for those of you who are saying, I still don't know what my direction is. I don't know what this thing is that you're talking about, Betsy, that I want. I don't know what it is. You may receive some clarity on what you know you don't want any longer. Often we start with that, right? If we don't know what we do want, well, what don't we want? Write down what you don't want. You may receive crystal clarity on, I'm done with this relationship, this job, this career, this home, this location of where I live. I'm done with this. I need to let it go. You may be very clear on what you need to release. And that's going to help you to take steps, as I shared in the story of my friend. He now knows the steps he needs to take now that he knows he doesn't want to work for that boss anymore. It's not going to work for him to stay in that job. But these trines from Mercury and the Sun to Saturn are going to give us the motivation, the persistence to move forward. And this is also a really good time to consult an advisor or an elder, a professional who you trust, to help you in an area where you need more guidance, where you need more specific advice or guidance. Now, the same week, this is a big week, the first week of Scorpio season. The same week, we have the lunar eclipse in Taurus, the full moon lunar eclipse. I have a separate video for you on that. So if you haven't watched that, I have that linked below in the description box. But the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to help us to do any emotional purging that we need to do. Why? Because we are closing out a soul cycle. We are graduating. We are moving forward in an emotional way. And also when it comes to our ability to create tangible safety and security, a roof over our head, the money that we need in the bank, the comforts that we need in life, our ability to be self-reliant and provide for ourselves. This is a graduation kind of eclipse for us. It is the culmination of 2 years of eclipses on the Scorpio-Taurus axis, the absolute final grand finale culmination. So this really is a graduation for a lot of us. And I think if we do find ourselves doing some purging and letting go, it's because we're releasing an old aspect of ourselves. We are releasing maybe an expired soul contract, or we're releasing an old self that we've outgrown, and that's really good news. Also, this eclipse is conjunct Jupiter, so we may have some tangible blessings that come in. Jupiter in Taurus is that the earthly beauty, love, money, pleasure, all of those yummy things. So there could be a really nice gift that some of us receive from this eclipse that is tangible, that's supportive, and this eclipse is destiny driven. It's a North Node eclipse. So we're going to feel like we know the way to go toward our destiny. And if you don't have that feeling like, I know what my destiny is, I know my next step, I know the direction I'm going, if you don't have that around the time of this eclipse, it may be because you're still looking back at your past. You're still feeling residual emotions about what didn't go well in your past. And if that's true for you, my friend, then your current destiny, your next step is to release those emotions, let go of your past. Okay, so week 2 of Scorpio season, Jupiter is still in the mix. We have the Sun in Scorpio opposing Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. A lot of oppositions don't feel good. It feels like somebody else is opposing us. But with a Jupiter opposition, it's often just an expansion of energy. The energy feels bigger. This can be still blessings coming in. This can be a passionate feeling expansion. After all, the Sun is our life force. The Sun gives us extra energy, and Jupiter expands what it touches. So this could be an external event that then brings you a tangible blessing in the way of money, love, beauty, or pleasure, comforts. Now on November 8th, I'm calling this a power day. Why is it a power day? Because on November 8th, we have Mercury in Scorpio sextiling Pluto, a power player, Pluto in Capricorn. A sextile is an opportunity, it's a solution, it's something happening that moves us forward. This is Mercury, new information coming in, new downloads, new conversations that bring us an aha or clarification. We get a clarification, we're then able to see an opportunity that moves us forward. Not only do we have that on November 8th, but we also have the same day Venus changing signs, Venus going into Libra. Venus goes into Libra. It is the scales, it's balance, it's harmony, it's fairness, it's beauty. And for those of you who have planets or points in your natal chart in Aquarius or Gemini, you will receive a trine from Venus in Libra when it touches those planets or points. And those of you who have planets or points in the fire signs of Sagittarius and Leo, you will receive a sextile. And for anyone who hasn't enjoyed Venus in Virgo, Venus in Virgo does have her good points. She is meticulous, she's discerning, she sees the flaw. She can be critical, she can be quite perfectionistic. For those of you who are kind of done with that sort of laser focus, maybe micromanaging that you're receiving from the other end from someone else, you might be really happy that Venus is moving on to Libra. Week 3, we have the new moon in Scorpio. The new moon in Scorpio will be at 20 degrees of Scorpio. Now, I will have a separate video for you on the new moon in Scorpio as I do for all the lunations. But just to give you a heads up, this is going to be a new beginning, as all new moons are. This is going to be in the realm of Scorpio close partnerships and shared money and resources, but it's making an aspect to Uranus. Uranus will be opposing the new moon. And Uranus can bring shocks, surprises, sudden events that are not comfortable. I'll be honest, I do not get excited when I see a Uranus opposition. Why? Because Uranus is an electrical energy. Uranus and Taurus can bring big weather changes like earthquakes and flooding and hurricanes like we recently had in Puerto Vallarta. It can be quite discombobulating. It rules the nervous system, so we can feel it in disruption in our sleep. But ultimately, remember that Uranus is about awakening. It's the great awakener. It wants to liberate us. It wants to free us. And ultimately, once we move through the discombobulating circumstance, then we come out the other end having seen something we didn't see before, having new energy to move forward toward our soul's best trajectory. And Uranus makes us more resilient. It really makes us more resilient. It increases our faith in ourselves. It makes us realize how strong we actually are to get through these changes that we don't expect. Plus, there's always a workaround with Uranus. There are always new options that show up, new choices. So it opens us up to more possibilities that we weren't aware of before. And finally, week 4, and I'm most excited about week 4 of Scorpio season. Why? Because I'm calling this the rebirth week, the rebirth. Remember Scorpio energy, death and rebirth? Week 4 is the week of rebirth. Why am I saying that? We have 2 aspects. One is November 21st, the very last day of Scorpio season. We're going to have the sun in Scorpio, our life force, our energy, our drive, the sun in Scorpio. The sun in Scorpio, our life force, our most energetic selves is going to get a sextile from Pluto in Capricorn. Not only is this a new opportunity or a solution we didn't see before, not only this, but this to me is expansive. It's rebirthing energy. It's us finally feeling in our power and ready to move forward on a new path. Plus the very next day, November 22nd and November 23rd, and remember, a day before, a day after, this is a window of time. Technically, this is Sagittarius season, but that very next day after the sun makes a sextile to powerful Pluto, we are going to have Mars in Scorpio making a sextile to powerful Pluto. So first the sun, then Mars, sextiling Pluto, rebirth, a new path, new direction. I can do it. We can do it. Let's do this. This is us feeling ready to take action, feeling motivated. This is us bringing up the courage This is a big green light. This is you, my friend, taking action in integrity with your soul. Okay, so let's do the 12 sign readings now. In your 12 sign readings, I'm going to be sharing two things. The first one is where the sun in Scorpio is transiting your natal astrology chart, where you are reclaiming your power or where you are exercising your creative passion or purging emotionally what needs to be let go. The second thing I'm going to share with you is where the Taurus energies are happening in your chart, where Uranus and Jupiter are transiting in your chart, where you may have a breakthrough, an awakening, or a Jupiterian expansion, tangible gifts. So listen for your rising sign. This is the area of life that you'll be experiencing these, the houses in which you'll be experiencing these transits. Also listen for your sun sign. This is where your ego, personality, your life force is going to be feeling this energy. And your moon sign is how you may experience these energies emotionally and in your relationships. So let's start with Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpios. Happy birthday to all my Scorpio friends. I hope you have the most beautiful birthday. Scorpios, you are experiencing this energy, especially if you're Scorpio rising, in your first house of identity. This is the roles you play personally and professionally. This is your title at work. These are your titles in your family, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, spouse, all of those things. This is also your vitality, how you're feeling energetically, and it is your appearance, your look. So Scorpio, with the new moon in Scorpio here, with the full moon lunar eclipse here, and then the transits I spoke about in the introduction to the video, this could be a big time of release and letting go. Your first house is where you're going to be having this surge of passion, this creative power, or where you're going to be doing some sort of emotional purge, letting go perhaps of an addictive behavior, some sort of a pattern, or for you, it could be a relationship as well that is no longer serving you. Where you're going to feel a Uranus breakthrough after a breakdown perhaps, but a Uranus kind of shift or change, and or a Jupiterian expansion. So this is where the energies may feel quite big but expansive. This is going to be in your 7th house of partnerships. So you're going to be having most likely some partnership fluctuation, some partnership taking things to the next level, letting go of a partnership, cutting ties, proposing to someone maybe, making an increased commitment to someone. But you will definitely be feeling this in your first house of identity. Who am I? What do I call myself? How do I want other people to see me? As well as your 7th house of close partnerships, which includes not only romantic partners, but also client relationships and anyone whose back you have and who you feel has your back. It's all of those committed relationships. So Scorpio, let's pull a card for you now. That was a mouthful. That was a lot. Okay, so I'm shuffling the cards for you, Scorpios. Beautiful Scorpio, and let's see what the cards have to say for you. For your birthday season. And your card is full moon in Libra, find a balance. So the first thing that comes to me is we just had that solar eclipse in Libra. What was that like for you? What was that like for you? Now that was a new moon and this is a full moon, but full moon energy, which is the essence, the energy of this card, is about culminations. It's about manifestations. It's about something coming to fruition. And Libra energy is partnerships. So you may have some sort of culmination or some sort of release and letting go in the realm of partnerships. Finding a balance. You are finding the balance between your individual needs and your individual self and who you see yourself to be, what you want to project out into the world, what you need to receive for your own well-being and love and comfort, beautiful Scorpio, and the balance between that, the I, the me, and the we of your partnerships. So you are in the process right now of creating this balance. And some of you, and you can see the scales up here, the Libra scales, And there are a lot of beautiful pink flowers here, and there's a lot of pink here and purple here. So I feel a softness to this card. I feel like this card is really saying prioritize your health, prioritize your emotional needs. And it's okay if you have to let something go, Scorpio. It will be for your highest good. Happy, happy birthday. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you, Scorpio. Okay, hello, beautiful Libras. Libras, you are experiencing Scorpio season in your second house of values, earned income. This is the house of self-reliance, providing for yourself. This is also your self-worth, how much you feel you deserve on all levels. This is the house of love, money, beauty, pleasure, comforts in a material way, in a way that brings you a sense of I have security. I am grounded. I am anchored. I can take care of me. That's the second house. Also your possessions, your prized possessions, Libra. So Libra, where you are reclaiming your power or having a surge of creative passion, or perhaps for some of you getting a new job, getting a promotion, taking your power back at work, where you're having this is in this second house area. This is also where you could be purging and releasing something, and your purging will probably be emotions. It could be an old self. It could be an old way of coping that you're releasing that comes through tears and letting go. And for some of you, maybe letting go of some anger. Why do I say this? Because with Pluto making aspects to the Scorpio planets during this transit, it could help you just to release in like a really lovely flow. It could just feel like, yeah, the tears are coming. I don't even know necessarily what I'm crying about, but I just need to release. That could be part of your experience. Where you are having an expansion from Jupiter or a breakdown, breakthrough from Uranus, a liberation, a sense of new freedom, is in your 8th house. Your 8th house is the house of transformation, death and rebirth, taxes, taboos, shared resources, investments, retirement funds, sexuality, it's emotional and physical intimacy. So this is a beautiful place to have Jupiter. And of course, Jupiter's been transiting here for a while now, as has Uranus, beautiful Libra, really trying to help you to shore these areas up wherever you are sharing time, money, and resources with another person. This could bring you a tangible gift during this transit. So Libra, I am shuffling the cards. And let's see what the cards have to say for you, for Scorpio season, beautiful Libra. Libra. And your card is the full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. Okay. So again, we have, like we had for the Scorpio reading, a full moon energy. This is an energy of fruition, of culmination, of manifestation. We are in a graduation period right now. As I shared about the Taurus lunar eclipse, we're in a graduation period. We're in a moving on to a new horizon period. In Sagittarius, this is about seeking the truth. This is about adventures, new horizons, higher learning, doing a new learning program. This is about expansion. This is really big, expansive energy. And the message, of course, is see from a higher perspective, see the bigger picture. Have you been too in the weeds? Have you been so focused on the minutia, which is very possible with Venus being in Virgo? We can be really laser focused on the details, and we can be very perfectionistic and hold ourselves to too high of a standard, to an unrealistic standard. This is saying zoom out, see the bigger picture, see your wisdom, awaken to the sage within you, or get advice from another person, get advice from someone you trust, and it will help you to relax your nervous system, bring more calm in, and feel more in flow with life. Beautiful Libra. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to know. Okay, Virgos. Hello, beautiful Virgos. Virgo, how has it been for you with Venus and Virgo? I spoke with my Virgo daughter last night, and we were talking about how we can be really hard on ourselves with Venus and Virgo, because we're really looking at the teeny tiny little details, the flaws. Virgo's really good at finding the flaw and improving something, but sometimes it can be just too much, overly analytical, analysis paralysis. So Virgo, that's a bit of a digression, but it is current with what's happening with the energies. So for you, you are having this Scorpio season in your third house. The third house is the house of the mind. It's the house of our mindset. It's communication. It's all of our conversations and our emailing and our speaking on a local level. It's the house of your immediate environment. So it includes your neighbors and your neighborhood and certain family members, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, immediate family members. Ultimately, what the third house is about is where we seek friendly communion with others, like everyday conversations, like the ones you might have at the grocery store in the checkout line, or the ones you have when you go to work out or you go to do yoga. It's like those conversations that may seem trivial and insignificant, but actually they're important to us feeling anchored and a sense of belonging and a sense of like, I'm in the right place, I'm in the right vibration, I'm with the right people in my life. It's also your vehicles and your devices. So it's everything electrical. So Virgo, this is where you're having this, and this is where we often have kind of a story that we tell about ourselves when we're talking casually with other people, and we want to be really aware of what that story is. There could be something there for you. This is the third house, is where you're going to be having a surge of creative passion, where you're going to be reclaiming your power. This could be reclaiming your power in a relationship with a sibling, or a relationship with a landlord, or someone else that you perceive to have more power than you in a specific subject area with a specific project, perhaps. This is where you are getting supported to take back your power, to purge emotional baggage, to release anything that is in the way of your well-being, and where you're receiving an uplift from Jupiter, a sense of higher perspective or more expansion, and where you may also receive a breakthrough from Uranus, is in your house of expansion. It is the house that is ruled by Jupiter. So this is a great place to have Jupiter and Uranus transiting right now, and you've probably been feeling this, Virgo. This is the ninth house of spiritual beliefs. It's our spiritual grounding. This is often where we realize that an old religious belief sometimes was oppressive, where it wasn't right for us, and we let go of that. But this is also where we're learning about things like astrology and other metaphysical modalities, and where we're really expanding, where we're taking, I call it the road trip house, because it's where we're taking trips at times that show us new scenery, that awaken us to aspects of ourselves or thoughts or ideas that we weren't awakened to before. It's also where we can publish something, including a book or a play or a one-person show or a new musical piece, publish anything new. So Virgo, I feel like this is so much information, but you know, third house is all about information. This is the information house, and the ninth house is where we look for the ultimate truth, where you're seeking the ultimate truth with a capital T, beautiful Virgo. So let me pull a card for you and see what the cards say for your Scorpio season. Virgos. Okay, your card is last quarter moon in Virgo, your sign. Attend to the details. How funny that I was talking about the detail orientation of Virgo and Venus and Virgo in specifically. So here we have a last quarter moon where you are finishing things up, where you're focusing on what needs to be done. But at the same time, I see these pyramids in the background, and this is very ninth house expansion. This is tuning into divine messages at the same time that you're focusing on details and you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and you're being very aware of what has to get done. You're also letting in divine information, sustenance, channeling the divine love of your soul so that you stay nourished, beautiful Virgo. You stay, it's like, so the fields stay fertile. They stay watered. Your inner fields Receive the nourishment from the divine that you need, beautiful Virgo. So if this resonates, let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, Leos. Hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you're experiencing Scorpio in your 4th house of home, family, and childhood conditioning. This is the house of our roots, where we need to feel accepted, where we need to feel grounded, where we put those deep, deep roots down into the center of the earth and we are nourished. We feel a sense of safety, stability, belonging, or where we do some clearing of our childhood past, our conditioning, so that we can create a new level of belonging and sanctuary within ourselves, in our inner home. So this is where you're going to be receiving a surge of creative power, of passion, where you're taking back your power perhaps, or where you're going to be purging some emotions that you no longer need, that are taking up space, that are keeping you from feeling that beautiful flow of divine love streaming through your body, and knowing that you can create the home, the sanctuary, the family that you choose, your family of choice, your soul family, beautiful Leo. Where you are receiving an expansion from Jupiter or a breakdown, breakthrough, liberation moment from Uranus is in your 10th house of career. This is where you're being encouraged to create change if you haven't already, Leo. This is where this is career, it's legacy, it's meaning, fulfillment. What do you want to do with your one wild and precious life? As I love to quote Mary Oliver. Also, where some of you could be retiring or thinking about retiring, or where you're thinking about semi-retirement so that you can have more freedom. This is the house of vocation, where you're doing what you love, So let's pull a card for you, Leo. This is where you may feel expanded. It's where you may start a new business or just have new information that comes in that allows you to see from a new vantage point, from a higher perspective, that opens you up and allows you to take the next step in the area of career or home and family that you want to take. Okay, and because you're reclaiming your power in this area of 4th house matters with your home, some of you could be dealing with a landlord. Technically that's 3rd house, but it could also be 4th house of home. Some of you could also be dealing with a family member that you perceive to have more power over you, but you are asserting your power, you're reclaiming your power, or you're moving. Some of you could decide to move during this time, or remodel, or build your own home, but this is about you creating a sanctuary where you feel safe, secure, and belonging. So Leo, let's see what the cards have for you, beautiful Leo. And your card is Full Moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. So another culmination. I think of all the cards so far, we've had almost all full moons, which is the energy of culmination, manifestation, something coming to fruition. I love this so much, this synchronicity. Gemini is about finding someone with whom you feel commonality, a simpatico, a give and a take, a curiosity, a mutual love. Gemini in the tarot is the Lover's card is the Gemini card in the tarot. So it's where you can see these two people, where they are really enjoying each other. There's a real sense of friendliness, of interest in the other. It is the sign of the twins. And this is saying, embrace the flow of life. What I get from this card is that this Scorpio season is going to help you find a close friend. It's going to help you find a new roommate. It's going to help you find someone that feels like a soul brother or soul sister. Gemini energy is sibling energy, but it's not just a sibling. It's where we feel that feeling that we want to feel of a really positive, healthy sibling relationship, where we feel like we have their back and they have our back. And the flow of life is the flow of love. Leo, it's the flow of love, and you deserve this. So I love this message for you. I love this so much. If this resonates for you, let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, Cancers. Hello, beautiful Cancers. I have my rising and my rising and my moon in Cancer. So Cancers, you're having this transit of Scorpio season. It's not a transit, it's many transits. Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio with Mars as well, and Mercury part of the time, is happening in your fifth house, your fifth house of true love and romance. This is the house of adventure, full, unbridled, creative expression. You coming out in the world and strutting your beautiful peacock feathers. Beautiful, Cancer. And it's also where you give your inner child free rein to fully express, where you tune into that inner child and you give him or her love and affection and care to let them know that you have their back and that you will never, ever leave them. That's very, very important in fifth house energy, to have it balanced and whole and to feel like you are inspired creatively. So fifth house, with all of these matters, is where you're going to be experiencing a surge of creative power and passion, or where you're taking back your power. So you could be taking back your power in a relationship with a child. Maybe you have been too not set clear boundaries with a child and you're setting better boundaries. Or this could be in your creative expression, where you are finally giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to just do it the way you do it and learn as you go, rather than expecting this perfect product from whatever it is that you're creating. This is also where you could be starting a new relationship, where you could be dating, you could meet someone new, you could do some sort of emotional purge about past relationships, romantic relationships that haven't worked out for you, so as to free you up and create new space for a new romantic, healthy romantic relationship to enter your life. Beautiful, Cancer. Where you're going to be feeling a surge of breakdown, breakthrough, or just an awakening. It doesn't have to be a breakdown necessarily. It can just be an awakening energy that comes through, an epiphany or something that you weren't aware of before, or a Jupiterian expansion. This is your 11th house. This is where Jupiter and Uranus are transiting. This is the house of friendships. This is hopes, wishes, and dreams. Long-term gains, it's relationships and money, alliances, groups, social media, big picture networking, where you are gathering support, where you need that support to move forward on any passionate projects that you have, Cancer. This is where the universe wants to help things expand and bring you in tangible gifts. So, Cancer, that said, let us shuffle the cards, beautiful Cancer, and let us pull one for you. And I don't know where that accent came from, but it did. Okay, Cancer, another full moon. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. All the full moon cards that have been coming up, this really is a time of release, emotional release and expansion and culmination, manifestation. Guess what the full moon is in? Scorpio in this card, Scorpio season. It says breathe through the tension. So some of you may have an experience of tight, tense physical body or emotions coming through that you are being asked to breathe through. Remember your breath. Our breath is our greatest force of power when it comes to releasing and relaxing our energy. Is it not, beautiful Cancer? Something else I wanted to say about this that is now, darn it, there is a lot of water here. Water, so, I know what it was. It's that Cancer, this is the water. Okay, for you, Cancer, Scorpio energy trines your energy. So that is beautiful flow. So wherever you have a Cancer placement in your chart, that is where you're going to have a flow of energy. That's where there's going to be an ease. It won't be tense for that. It won't be tense. It will be flowing. It will be flowing. But Pluto, which is also part of the mix right now, as I spoke about in the introduction, Pluto is still making an opposition for those of you with planets or points between 27 to 29 degrees of Cancer. So you could still feel some tension there as well, but get out in nature, spend a lot of time in water if you can, and use this Scorpionic energy to bring up your deep power, to bring up beautiful, creative, in some cases, sensual or sexual energy to bring you alive again, beautiful Cancer, to come fully alive, more in your full authentic expression. Okay, Geminis. Hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini. My sun sign is in Gemini, natal sun. Gemini, you are experiencing a surge of power, creativity, reclaiming your power, or purging emotions that need to be released in your 6th house of daily habits, daily work, wellness, your mental and emotional health. This is what you do to take care of your body. This is how you exercise, move your body, the foods that you eat, any habits regarding what you put into your body or how you use your body too. You could be purging. You could be, if you're like me and you love sweets, you could be saying, I'm going to let go of something that I just can't have in the house, or I will eat it all. That could be that, or something that, maybe it's something that you drink. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. It could be something that some of you take in other ways, like smoking, right? That you're releasing, you're letting go of to cleanse your body. Scorpio energy is very cleansing. It's purifying. Where you're having the chance for a breakthrough from Uranus or an expansion and seeing life from a higher perspective, more uplifted from Jupiter, is in your 12th house. So Jupiter and Uranus are transiting your 12th house. They have been for some time now. And this is the house of the mystic. So this is really, and this is where you're very possibly doing a reprogramming of your subconscious mind. This can really throw your nervous system off, Gemini, so be sure and attend to your sleep as best you can. I know that's easier said than done, especially with Uranus transits. But if you're not getting enough sleep at night, make sure you make time for sleep naps, for little, even if they're small, like 5-minute naps here and there. You can tell I have my North Node in Virgo, right? Because it's always about what practical tip can I give you to make your life better? But yeah, like just giving yourself a few minutes here and there to just be quiet, close your eyes. Even just closing our eyes can really help us recoup our energy. And this is also the 12th house of your imagination, and really allowing yourself, especially if you don't know, Gemini, right now, what direction you want to go in next creatively, or you're on the fence about making a decision like a lot of us are, then this is a good time to do soul journeys where in your imagination you see yourself going into fertile places where you're flying above your life as a bird. You're giving yourself an opportunity to journey and to feel that movement in your mind that helps you to then get inspirations that are in the 3D physical world that can move you forward. Okay, Gemini. Having said all that, oops, the cards are falling. Having said all that, I am doing the shuffle, the Gemini shuffle, and now I'm going to pull a card for you. Gemini, your card is, let's see, last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. Okay, this card has so much spiritual energy. Do you see how she's holding the light in her hands? She's basically holding the moon in her hands, and all this light is coming off of it. Wow, wow, wow. So much purple, so much crown chakra energy in this card, so much contemplation, meditative energy. This is 12th house, where Uranus and Jupiter are transiting in your chart, opposite all the planets in Scorpio. So this really speaks for itself, but Libra energy is ruled by Venus. It's about balance in your life. This is a time really for creating balance, but first and foremost to be tuning into what you need for your own self-love. And I do have an inner child reparenting yourself video that is about self-love that I link to in the description box that might be helpful to you. But whatever makes you feel like you're giving yourself what you need, whatever you need most, that's a great thing to do for your self-love. Beautiful Gemini. So if this resonates, I'd love to hear. Drop a comment below, sending you all my love. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are opposite Scorpio. You're going to be feeling the Scorpio season. That's no surprise to you. I know that. Where you're going to be having a surge of passionate power, your creativity opening up and expanding, or where you're going to be purging darkness, where you're going to be releasing emotions, that is in your 7th house of committed partnerships. Especially for those of you who are Taurus rising, this is happening in your 7th house. So you could be making changes in your 7th house of partnerships. If you're not currently partnered with a romantic partner, but that is something you want, you could find yourself purging past stuff, dynamics around partnerships or old heartbreaks, healing your heart during this time. If you are partnered, you could be having some important, deep conversations with your partner or going to counseling and having those conversations with support. You could be really focused right now on this area of your life. This is where the sun in Scorpio is moving through. This is where Mars is moving through. This is where Mercury will be moving through during part of Scorpio season, where you are receiving a Uranus breakthrough, a liberation, an expansion, or a Jupiterian. I see now from a higher perspective. I feel uplifted. That's your first house of identity. That's your first house of the roles you play personally or professionally in your life. This is the house of vitality, where you feel more energy or where you feel your energy lagging. This is your appearance or your look. So this is where, with Uranus here, Taurus, you could really be making changes to any aspect of your identity. You could be cleaning out your closet, buying whole new wardrobe. You could be really making big shifts in this area, seeing yourself with new eyes. This is a big identity shift for you. I bet a lot of you, because Uranus and Jupiter have been here for some time, I bet a lot of you are really going through a whole new way of doing a specific role that you have in your life, a whole new way of being. And as a result, other people are seeing you differently and you're seeing yourself differently. So that's big, Taurus. I know Uranus in your first house has not been easy for those of you who are Taurus risings. And for those of you who aren't Taurus rising, but you have Taurus moon or Taurus sun and Uranus has touched your sun or your moon, that's been hard too for you. So I feel for you, but in your house of committed partnerships, this is where Scorpio is saying it's time for a rebirth. Time for a rebirth. Okay, so for you, the cards, beautiful Taurus, let's see. Scorpio season for Taurus. Ooh, it's a new moon. And guess what? It's a new moon in Scorpio. Go deeper. So here we have very clear marching orders because we're having a new moon in Scorpio. I believe it was November 13th. I spoke about that in the introduction, exact date. This is where the new moon is happening for you. And on the new moon, you have a direct, practical assignment to go deeper. Go deeper, beautiful Taurus. Look at the green in this card. Talk about healing energy. So much healing energy. I love this so much. And I'm also getting some eclipse vibes from this card. So we have the eclipse in your sign, the lunar eclipse in your sign, October 28th. What a big month this is going to be for you. When I say month, I mean the month of Scorpio season, the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd-ish, all the way to towards the end of November, third week in November. You're really going to feel this, Taurus. There's a waterfall here. I mean, this is very fertile. This is your fertile earth energy. This is you, Taurus. This is your taking back your power to have the comforts of your life. What I'm feeling right now is like, yes, you're going to go deeper emotionally, but also that's going to enrich your 3D luscious, I'm here to enjoy the playground of earthly life energy. Those things that you value so much. And I value it too. I have Taurus in my 11th house. I value, that's our house, the house of wishes and fulfillment. But the reason I'm sharing that with you is that I really value the lushness of life too, the deliciousness of life. That's, I think, why our soul chose to come here. And so, now I'm joking a little bit. I think our soul chose to come here for growth. But I think that was the carrot that was put out for all of us, is that if you do that, you get to be in a body. You get to have the sensual pleasures of life. What do you think? Are you in? That's what I think happened. Oh, it's not easy. It is not easy being here in a body. It is the roller coaster of life, the ups and downs. So beautiful, Taurus. If this resonates for you, let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are having Scorpio season transits in your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth. I think you're going to feel this strongly because, as I spoke about in the introduction, Pluto rules Scorpio, the modern ruler, and Pluto rules the 8th house. And so I think this is going to be quite a transformational journey for you, Scorpio season. Now, Pluto is not just about purging emotions and darkness and going into the underworld and bringing up the muck and clearing that out and detoxifying. It's all that, but it's also passion. Eighth house is our sexuality. It's where we're sharing time, money, and resources with partners. So this can also be a very rich, emotional, sexual intimacy time for you. It can be very rich and passionate and lush and luscious, beautiful Aries. This is where you're going to be reclaiming your power, though. So if you're having a power struggle, eighth house is famous for power struggles. If you're having a power struggle with a partner, a coworker, a colleague, a client, if you're having a power struggle, someone has to drop the rope. Someone has to take back their power, focus on you, focus on what you need, and then that can really shift the energy in a power struggle. Or you may just be having a new passionate alliance with somebody where you are choosing to partner, where you are creating a contract. As I said in the intro, we have 2 trines from Saturn. And that is about solidifying agreements with yourself or with others, contracts. So you could be having that as well going on. Aries, you're also having the potential, at least, for a breakdown, breakthrough, or liberation, or freedom, epiphany, awakening with Uranus in your second house of earned income. Also, Jupiter's there, expanding your income. Have you had an income expansion? Maybe you're getting a new job. Maybe you're getting, this is Jupiter's second house is an influx of an upgrade. It's a life upgrade in the realm of possessions, that feeling like your life is aligning with your values of self-love, self-worth, deserving, and income. More income usually with a Jupiter transit here, but with Uranus here too, it's like, yeah, but it has to be in alignment with your soul's values. You have to make the changes that are required to align you with your true values now. So that's kind of the twist with these transits, Aries. So I know you're not a stranger to what's been going on because Uranus and Jupiter have been here for a while, but they will be especially activated during Scorpio season. So the cards, I'm shuffling Aries. I'm doing the Aries shuffle. Now you guys can see how goofy I can get. I can get really goofy. Okay, your card. Laughing at myself. Okay, Aries, you have the last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. Okay, so Aries, this is a reflection card. You are really deciding what matters to you most now. This is so in alignment with second house values. What's important to you now? Who's important to you now? What do you actually need to feel fulfilled now? That's what it's time to do, sort of an accounting of that. A reckoning, it may even feel like to you. Some of you could be really thinking about shifting something up in your finances that is going to make a change in your priorities. Or better said, your priorities are causing you to make a shift in your finances. And I forgot to say too, that 8th house, where you're going to be having this directive to focus, is also your investments. So a lot of you could, this whole axis is financial. A lot of you are probably really looking at your finances and your life prioritize. Align your finances, your investments, where you're putting your time, money, and resources in partnership and with yourself. Align them with your priorities, with your values, and you will reap rewards. Beautiful Aries. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonates. I would love to hear. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces. You are going to have Scorpio season transits in your 9th house of expansion, your 9th house of spiritual beliefs. It's spirituality, big picture, new horizons. It's the house of expansion. It's where we want new scenery, metaphorically speaking, or where you could be traveling and seeing new scenery, foreign cultures, foreign travel, going overseas. This is also higher learning. This is where you are learning new things, you're exploring, you're taking a quest, you're seeking truth, you're learning more astrology perhaps, or other kinds of modalities. These are the areas in which you may feel reclaiming of your power. This also could be about publishing something, putting your work more out into the world, that requires some sort of, you know, putting it on a platform. Social media, it's not the house of social media, but it is the house of publishing. So something could be solidifying for you here, and that could give you a surge of power. This is where you're either reclaiming your power, where you're having a creative breakthrough, a creative surge, where you're feeling really passionate, or where you're purging old emotions, you're letting go of stuff, you are creating space for a new project, a new life, some of you could be thinking about moving to another culture. You could really be thinking about, I want to be more attuned to other cultures. I want other cultures more in my life. I need adventure. I need to mix things up. I need more color in my life. I need more flavors. I need more spice. You could be feeling that. Pisces, you're also having a Uranus liberation, freedom, awakening, breakthrough, epiphany, or a Jupiterian expansion, seeing from a higher perspective, opening up, upliftment. That's happening in your third house of everyday comings and goings, emailing and speaking. And, you know, third house is your neighborhood, and it's your siblings, and it's like where you want to have that sense of camaraderie and friendship, friendliness. Your everyday errands, your everyday places you go, people you speak to, money you make that make you feel like you're in the right place in terms of your local environment. That's where we're getting a Jupiterian expansion. That's where you could be writing a blog. That's where you could be doing like journaling that's bringing you clarity. That's where you are maybe having new acquaintances that make you feel more anchored and happier about where you are. Or you could be thinking about changing location, because with Uranus, it's saying make some sort of a change, or you could be really making a change in your mindset. So Pisces, the cards are now yours, Pisces. What do they have to say for you? Pisces, your card is the new moon in Gemini. Think it through. Think it through. Gemini energy. First of all, new moon energy is about new beginnings. It's about really planting seeds, getting clear on your intentions. You are contemplating something. This, not surprisingly, remember Uranus and Jupiter are transiting in your third house of Gemini. It's not your Gemini house, but it is the third house of Gemini in the zodiac. So this card is Gemini energy, in other words. And this is where we're often like vacillating. In Gemini energy, we're vacillating. I don't know what to do. I don't know what decision to make. I don't know what my direction is. Is that true for you, Pisces? Because if it is, this is saying just take time to think it through. It's such a simple directive, right? It's very clear. You want clarity. How are you going to get clarity? Giving yourself time. Maybe you talk to other people. Gemini is really good at like seeking out other people. Can I run this by you? I need a sounding board. Can I just talk it out? In Gemini energy, we often have to just talk it out. Once we talk it out, we get more clarity. So whatever think it through works for you, whatever way it works for you best to think it through, that's the direction to go on. Go in, beautiful Pisces. Okay, Aquarius. Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Aquarius, you are having Scorpio season in your 10th house of career, legacy, retirement, semi-retirement, fulfillment, and meaning. The house of vocational success, where your heart is pulling, where you're being pulled. The house of callings. And because you're having Scorpio season in the house of callings, this is where you may feel a new calling, a new creative pull. I need to express this. I want to bring this out into the world. This is how I want to contribute to the world, you could be feeling. This could also be where you're letting go of a past career, because we're doing power moves in this house. Power moves, personal power moves. We're reclaiming our power. We are expressing our passion. We are giving our passion a voice, and we're purging the darkness, what's keeping us from saying yes to our passion. And because this is about saying yes to your passion, I have to tell you that my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling, could help you with this process and that's linked below in the description box as well. Now, Aquarius, where you are having a Jupiterian kind of expansion or a Uranus, time to change something up, time to make a change, time to, with Uranus, it can feel like a breakdown that then turns into a breakthrough that is ultimately liberating and freeing. That's in your opposite house of home and family. So something is shifting in your home and family. With Jupiter here, that can be something new and expansive coming in, like a new family member, a new roommate, a healing with a family member, a healing of childhood conditioning. With Uranus here, it can be somebody leaving the family, somebody moving out, you moving your home, you changing something up in the home. So let's see what the cards have to say, Aquarius, on this axis of home, family, and career for you and Scorpio season. Ooh, new moon in Aries, go for it. Ooh, I love the colors of this card so much. Oh my goodness, creativity, life force, survival energy, but this is survival that gets us going. This is Mars energy. Aries energy is Mars energy, and Mars is in Scorpio along with the sun. So this is a big yes. This is the magic of saying yes. This is feel the fear and do it anyway. Beautiful Aquarius. Does this resonate for you? Go for it. It's so simple. Go for it. Say yes. This is your yes. This is your validation if you needed it. And because it's a new moon, this is something that you are now planting seeds for. This is your intention. This is your intention to call up the courage and say yes. Beautiful Aries. Okay, Capricorns. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, Scorpio season is happening for you in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, long-term gains, social media platforms, support, alliances, friendships, groups, causes. I see this house as the house of fulfillment, both emotionally and in terms of money a lot of the time. This is where you can also get a windfall of money, unexpected money sometimes. This is traditionally ruled the 11th house by Uranus, which is unexpected surprises. But in the 11th house, it's usually really nice surprises. So Capricorn, your focus, where you're going to receive a surge of power or a creative breakthrough, or where you're going to just feel passion. This is where you want to do something. You want to do something new, is 11th house matters. Emotional support, friendship, rich, deep friendships, and good, lovely money coming in. Also where you could be purging, where you could be releasing a friendship, where you could be releasing something that no longer is a match for your energy, or just it's a soul contract that's expired. You may have a lot of gratitude for that soul contract. You may feel like you really love that person, but you know that it is expired in some way and you have to let it go. Where you're going to be having a breakthrough with Uranus or a big expansion with Jupiter, tangible gifts coming in, is your 5th house of creativity, children, creative expression, you giving yourself free rein to fully express your true colors. And I see your true colors shining through. I don't know why, but that makes me cry, you guys. It makes me cry because I love that so much. What a gift you can give to someone to see their true colors, right? This is you're being asked to express your, not asked, supported by Jupiter, supported by Uranus. Let your freak flag fly, Capricorn. Uranus says, be your unique self. What a place, your house of creativity, to say, let it all out. Show everyone your true self. So beautiful. Also the house of love, romance, dating, and fun. So what a great place to have Jupiter. I would love that. I would love that. Okay, so Capricorn, let's see what the cards have to say for you. And I see your true colors shining through. Thank you guys for indulging me. I love that song so much. Take a breather. Well, that is 5th house. And that, you're experiencing this in your 11th house, like the Scorpio energies is your 11th house, but the Jupiter and Uranus energies are your 5th house. And this is saying, take a breather. Look at her. She's doing the true colors thing. She's doing this. She's like, I don't care if people see me naked, or maybe she does and there's no one around, but she's letting it all out. She's letting it all out. This is the last quarter moon in Cancer. And Cancer is water energy. Cancer is emotional energy. In Cancer energy, we seek emotional safety. And I feel this is about your inner child, letting your inner child know that they are safe and they are secure and they are safe to shine their light bright. They are safe to take a break. They are safe to take a breather and just enjoy themselves. This is your permission slip if you needed one, Capricorn. During Scorpio season, and Scorpio season makes a sextile to your energy, which is an opportunity or a solution or just a sense of freedom, a sense of flow. You get a permission slip to take a break. Beautiful Capricorn. If this resonates, you know what I love to hear. Leave me a comment. I love to connect with you. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, beautiful Sag. Sagittarius, you're having this transit in your 12th house. This is where Scorpio season is happening for you, in your 12th house of retreat, of the mystic, of rest, regeneration, taking a load off, doing the deep dive inner work of reprogramming your subconscious mind for some of you. And this is also the house of the imagination. So this is where we can take those deep soul journeys, those guided meditations in some cases. And I have some of those for you on my channel, which I link below. There's a playlist linked below where you can take a deep soul journey and you can receive the divine love of your own guides. And that's very nourishing. This is a very nourishing place to have Scorpio energy. This is where you're getting a surge of power, where you may be really enlightened. Your creativity may expand. You may get really good ideas that you want to bring out into the world, or you may be doing this deep diving, going within, and it's helping you shed. It's helping you purge darkness. It's helping you to cry, have those good cries that we all need, Sag. We all need those good cleansing cries on a regular basis to cleanse our energy. Detoxing, good deep detoxing work. And then where you may have a Uranian epiphany, awakening, sense of expansion, or a breakthrough, breakthrough, or a Jupiterian expansion, seeing from a higher perspective, that is happening in your 6th house of daily health, wellness, schedules, routines, habits, what we put in our bodies, how we move our bodies. So this is where you're being asked to make a change, Sagittarius. Those of you who have Sag rising, you're being asked to make a change in something to do with your body, most likely, or your daily work, your job, or your sleep schedule, perhaps. And where Jupiter is really supporting you by moving through your 6th house to receive, for some of you, to receive divine downloads and messages, mercurial messages that tell you what's best for you right now, that really help you to improve your overall wellness. That's what ultimately what this 6th house transit is. And you've got a couple of power players in your 6th house, Sag. So are you changing habits that things you do on a daily basis? I'm really curious. Sag, I've been shuffling. I've been doing the Sagittarius shuffle. I do not know why I'm speaking in this tone, but I am. Oh, it's my playfulness coming out. I need to be playful. So here we go. And what a perfect card. Lighten up. Lighten up. Last quarter moon in Leo. Okay, so Leo energy. In this card, there's a winding down. There's a winding down. There is there's a releasing of heaviness. There's a releasing of heaviness. Leo says, shine your light bright. Leo says, be the leader of your own life. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Let your inner child out. Let your inner child play. Lighten up. Be playful. Take chances. Make mistakes. Get messy. I like the Ms. Frizzle quote. I know I quote her a lot, but I really like her. And interestingly, when I look at this card, Sag, is I feel like she's making a Sag movement with her body. She's like pointing, she's holding light. She is playing with light. She is the goddess who can play with light, but she's also like aiming towards something, it looks to me. It feels like that Sagittarius, pull your arrow back and aim. So maybe this is simply aiming toward replenishing your energy and receiving the nourishment, the sustenance, the light that you need. And as you do so, you're going to be more filled with the energy that you want in order to feel really, really invigorated and really good and have a full cup, beautiful Sag. I love the colors in this card. Wow, is this a lush card? Give yourself time to play. Give yourself time to be in the light. Take in the light. And you will get the rewards of that beautiful Sag. If this resonates or if it doesn't, let me know because I love communicating with you. Okay, my beautiful friend, this has been a general reading of Scorpio season. Many transits happening during Scorpio season, as you are well aware if you watched the introduction to this video. Wow, there's a lot going on. If you want to know how these current transits are affecting your personal planets and points in your natal astrology chart, or you want to know what's going on with Pluto transiting in Capricorn, about to move in January into Aquarius, what's going on with Uranus, with Saturn, all the power players, Jupiter. Not only do I share with you the current transits, I also share with you the upcoming transits, and always for your empowerment, always how you can work with the energies for your own soul's nourishment, for your own fulfillment, as well as letting you know what stands out in your natal chart that I see as empowering, as enlightening for you. So we can do a natal chart reading, we can do a life purpose reading, or we can do a heart's desire reading. If you have a specific heart's desire and you want to know how are the planets supporting me to bring this heart's desire into reality, go to my website, check out the testimonials that other people have left, and you'll get a sense of whether you feel called to work with me. I also offer coaching services, one-off clarity sessions, as well as deep dive soul alchemy coaching. So if you would like some coaching support, go to my coaching page. All the links are below, both for my astrology consultations and my coaching, and you will get all the information you need. You book a session directly online with me, choose your time zone, book it in, and I'll be excited to meet you on Zoom. Thank you so much for your likes, for your comments, for your shares of this video to other people who might benefit from this video. Thank you for your subscribes. I can't tell you enough how important it is to me. When you subscribe to my channel, you send a message to the algorithm that puts the video out to more people who love astrology, and you really help me grow my channel. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends who've joined me for the premiere of this video, and thank you to all of you who are watching at other times as well. I am so grateful for your presence, your time, and your energy. And as promised, I have a free gift for you. That free gift is a soothing, guided meditation reconnecting to you, to your heart, to your spirit, to your intuitive guidance, to your spiritual guidance. So if you would like to download instantly my free guided meditation, just go to my website, subscribe to my weekly inspirational updates. You'll be the first to receive them direct to your inbox, and you can download your free gift. So my beautiful friend, until my next video, I'm sending you all my love.